Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to New Factory Classics. Today we're going to discuss Slotherhouse on Hulu. The movie starts off in the Panama Forest where a sloth falls into an alligator's mouth, and right when you think it's going to die, it ends up killing the alligator and escaping. Unfortunately for the sloth, it's shot by a tranquilizer dart and brought to the United States to become someone's illegal pet. Emily is the main human character of the movie. She lives in a sorority and is really wanting to become the president. In this movie, every human is graded on how many followers they have. Their value is based upon how many people follow them. That's horrible. On the other hand, please subscribe. One day, while in the mall, Emily meets an exotic animal dealer who offers to sell her a sloth. She has no desire to have that, but keeps his number anyways. Now, Brianna's the top B at the sorority. She's been the president for the last 3 years running and wants to make it a fourth this year. She's rich, beautiful, and has a bunch of Instagram followers. Who else wouldn't want to be her? Every other girl at the sorority is introduced and they're all cliche. One's a Southern belle, one's a blonde ditz, one's a butch lesbian. Each one also has their followers listed. Once again, in this universe, if you don't have any followers, you don't have any worth. Emily desperately wants to beat Brianna. Brianna's won 3 years in a row and she's bound to win again. Emily has to come up with something. Oh wait, I know. Why don't I get a sloth and bring it into our house? I'll win because I have a sloth pet. People like sloth pets for presidents. There are no actual sloths in this movie. 90% of the film is just a sloth puppet sitting there or doing some sort of small level animatronics. While antagonizing the animals, the illegal importer ends up throwing something at the sloth, who gets pissed off, breaks out of his cage, and absolutely murders him. When Emily arrives at the importer's house, she can't find him, so she just goes ahead and steals the sloth. This is going to be a great president. The girls absolutely fawn over their new sloth that has come to live with them. They don't want Brianna anymore. They want Emily and her pet sloth. That's really all they want. It's just someone to love, and someone to love them. They're all desperate for attention. It's their first brush night and everyone's excited to be there. Girls from all over college are coming over to go meet the sloth. Everyone wants their picture with it so they can get Instagram famous. For the first time, the sloth really starts acting non-animal-like and starts browsing the internet for some reason, and actually ends up making its own Instagram page. Brianna is pissed that all the girls at rush night are looking at the sloth, so she ends up sending her minion to go and grab the sloth and abandon it outside. Of course, it somehow runs faster than the girl and gets into her room before she gets back into the house. That's one thing sloths are known for, moving incredibly fast. And so it breaks into the girl's room, waiting for her, and as she comes in, it murders her. It straight up just stabs her to death. It's rush week and everyone's trying to figure out which sorority to join. Maybe they should join the one with the cool sloth. What doesn't occur to anyone is to go after and try and find the missing girl. Some girl is missing. She's in her room. Nobody checks the room once. They knock on the door, but don't go in. During the next 3-minute montage, 6 more girls get killed and go missing. Nobody checks their rooms either. Nobody really cares. We gotta focus on Rush Week and also the cute sloth that lives here too. During the montage, the sloth starts putting on costumes and drinking and partying with the girls. It's very human-esque and nobody seems to care. Or care that half of the sorority has gone missing because the sloth has killed them. One girl is pissed off that the sloth lives in their house. It ought to live in the forest. Of course, Sloth, also named Alpha at this point in the film, takes her phone and throws it in front of a car. The girl chases her phone and gets run over and almost dies. This is the only girl that the other girls care about when they see get injured. They have to see something happen in front of their eyes. If not, it doesn't exist, and they don't worry about it. There may be 7 missing girls, but they only care about the one that was hit by a car. Brianna is pissed. Most of her friends have gone missing, and they aren't here to vote. It's voting night tonight. She needs them to vote for her to become president. Nobody's really thinking about the smell coming out of their rooms. Let's just focus on where the votes are. Well, because it's election night, the house mother locks the front door with the chain. Apparently they haven't learned anything from the Triangle Shirtwaist Company fire in 1911. This is where the movie really goes off the rails. The sloth gets on Apple Maps, finds out where the hospital is, and starts driving a car to the hospital. It wants to finish off that girl that was run over by a car. Guess what? With half of the votes missing, Emily wins the presidency. Now it's time to invade Iraq. I will say right here is when I got on board with the sloth and really started enjoying the movie. Its Instagram page is finally revealed, and it's been taking murderous selfies with every one of the girls it's killed. Brianna's pissed that she lost the election. Where are all the girls that were supposed to vote for her? So she finally goes into one of their rooms and the girl's dead? We didn't even think to look in here. I wonder if there's any other dead girls in their rooms too. You know, if the sorority had vote by mail, they could have easily voted before they were murdered. The girls downstairs have no idea what's going on upstairs with all the newfound bodies. They're doing their rush week shower adventure. Each girl has to walk through hot, then cold, then hot, then cold water in their group shared showers. Don't worry, boys, this is PG-13. They're all wearing full sets of clothing while they walk through the cold and hot water. Unbeknownst to them, the sloth also is there and knows how to work water heaters. He reprograms it to burn the girls, then shorts it to electrocute them. While they're being electrocuted, it Tarzan swings out of the room. It's absolutely hilarious. In an homage to The Shining, the sloth uses its claw to axe its way into the door and put its face in. After a few more sets of killing, the sloth is nowhere to be found. Emily sits down and has a heart-to-heart with the house mom. Before she dies, the house mom tells Emily that she needs to not focus so much on Instagram and becoming popular on the internet. She needs to try and have real goals in life. Don't waste her life like the house mom did. This movie has a lot to say about our youth trying to chase fame. It's really sad, and it just shows that they need to focus on other things. Please subscribe to my channel. Emily decides that she's president and she brought the sloth into the house. It's time for her to stand up for what remaining girls are still alive and kill the sloth. The girl that was run over and pillowed in the hospital somehow escapes the hospital and comes to help Emily. Emily, the hospital girl, her boyfriend, and the girl with the sword all go after the sloth. They fight it, hit it, stab it, impale it, throw knives at it, shoot it several times, and still it's coming. In the final battle between Emily and the sloth, she ends up stabbing it with her presidential tiara and shoots it 6 times in the chest. As it dies, it looks over at a picture of Panama and says in full perfect English, "Home." A year later, the sorority reopens with a focus on making sure animals stay in their natural habitat, though all the girls around college know it as the Slotherhouse. And now I've seen it, so you don't have to. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.